Judgment of Egypt. In the 10th year, in the 10th month, on the 12th of the month, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, set your face against Pharaoh king of Egypt, and prophesy against him and against all Egypt. Speak and say, This is what the Lord God says, Behold, I am against you, Pharaoh king of Egypt, the great monster that lies in the midst of his canals, that has said, My Nile is mine, and I myself have made it. I will put hooks in your jaws and make the fish of your canals cling to your scales. And I will bring you up out of the midst of your canals, and all the fish of your canals will cling to your scales. I will abandon you to the wilderness, you and all the fish of your canals, you will fall on the open field, you will not be brought together or gathered. I have given you for food to the animals of the earth and to the birds of the sky. Then all the inhabitants of Egypt will know that I am the Lord, because they have been only a staff made of reed to the house of Israel. When they took hold of you with the hand, you broke and tore all their hands, and when they leaned on you, you broke and made all their hips shake. Therefore the Lord God says this, Behold, I am going to bring upon you a sword, and I will cut off from you human and animal life. The land of Egypt will become a desolation and place of ruins. Then they will know that I am the Lord. Because you said, The Nile is mine, and I have made it. Therefore, behold, I am against you and against your canals, and I will make the land of Egypt an utter waste and desolation, from Migdol to Syene and as far as the border of Cush. A human foot will not pass through it, nor will the foot of an animal pass through it, and it will not be inhabited for 40 years. So I will make the land of Egypt a desolation in the midst of deserted lands. And her cities, in the midst of cities that are laid waste, will be desolate for 40 years, and I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations and disperse them among the lands. For this is what the Lord God says, At the end of 40 years I will gather the Egyptians from the peoples among whom they were scattered. And I will restore the fortunes of Egypt and bring them back to the land of Pathros, to the land of their origin, and there they will be a lowly kingdom. It will be the lowest of the kingdoms, and it will not raise itself above the nations again. And I will make them small so that they will not rule over the nations. And it will no longer be a kingdom on which the house of Israel relies, bringing to mind the guilt of their having turned to Egypt. Then they will know that I am the Lord God. Now in the 27th year, in the 1st month, on the 1st of the month, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon made his army labor hard against Tyre, every head had a bald spot and every shoulder was rubbed raw. But he and his army acquired no wages from Tyre for the labor that he had performed against it. Therefore this is what the Lord God says, Behold, I am going to give the land of Egypt to Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon. And he will carry off her wealth and capture her spoils and seize her plunder, and it will be wages for his army. I have given him the land of Egypt for his labor which he performed, because they acted for me, declares the Lord God. On that day I will make a horn sprout for the house of Israel, and I will open your mouth among them. Then they will know that I am the Lord.